Okay, so let's get started by a quick dive into exploring beliefs that are holding you back. And one of the biggest ones is about learning. We think we need to learn more. And going through presentations like this, reading books, those types of things are going to make us better and make our business better. And nothing could be further from the truth. That is a complete waste of time unless you take action on what you learn. So, this segment's all about beliefs and how they're holding you back in your business. Have you been in business over 5 years? Well, if you can raise your hand and say you have been, then according to an SBA study done several years ago, you're a success. But what they don't tell you about that study is only 20% of the people can say that. But of those 20%, only 20% of them, or 4% of the total, actually build value in the business, equity value in the business, when they get ready to sell it or retire. The other 96%, when they get ready to retire or sell it, the only thing it's worth are the assets. If you own the building, then that's an asset you can sell. If you have inventory, then you can sell that. But there's no equity value in the business. So you've worked for 5, 10, 15, 20 years in a job, basically, because when you get through, you have nothing to show for it other than the assets that you bought over those years. I assume you don't want to be part of that 96% of small businesses. So we're going to start to talk about how to build a business that really is worth something, is worth more than just the assets when you're ready to retire or sell it. And it starts really with beliefs. They're powerful deterrents. Many of us, all of us really, think that beliefs are facts. I'll tell you a story. In 1953, Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile. Track and field was a huge sport back then. People all over the world were following it, and everybody was trying to break the 4-minute mile. People were training different, doing all kinds of different things, and they got close, but they couldn't do it. And this went on for 3 or 4 years. Finally, it got to the point where scientists and doctors were studying it, and they came to the conclusion that the human body could not run under 4 minutes, and that it would break down, or we'd have heart attack, or some part of our body would break down. That it was just humanly impossible to run the mile under 4 minutes. This went on for another year or so until Roger Bannister, who was a student at Oxford, medical student, and 2 of his friends started training differently. He started having one of them pace him the first half of the mile and the other one pace him the second half of the mile, and they trained in that way. They changed the process of training. And on a day in 1953, Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile. And by the way, so did the guy that paced him the last half. There's 2 morals to this story. One is that whatever results you get, it has to do with the process. So what they did is they changed the process of training, and in doing that, they got different results. But the second part of this that no one talks about is that within 6 months, 45 other people broke the 4-minute mile. After being told by doctors and scientists that it couldn't be done, and people trying to do it for 4 or 5 or 6 years, it became in their mind an impossibility. But once it was done, that belief was thrown out the window. And guess what? 45 other people started breaking the 4-minute mile within 6 months. Beliefs are powerful deterrents, and they happen in our life and in our businesses. This presentation's all about how to get to a point where you can build value in your business. And it comes from coaching, it comes from processes that you can read about and do on your own, or you can do it with a coach who you're accountable for. So this presentation is not for you if you believe just more knowledge and information will change your business. If you believe what you're doing is right and you only need to do it faster and more of it to be more successful. You believe all the old beliefs about running a business are just facts. You're not committed, pig-headed committed to doing the work and taking the actions. You believe you need to do this and look at this information versus really wanting to do it. You would rather let your business work you than build a business that works for you. You're fine. Your profitability, cash flow, chaos, stress in your life are good. You're not willing to dedicate 2 to 3 hours a week to work on your business via this program. And you see this program as an expense rather than an investment with a super ROI. Okay, so here's what we're going to talk about: beliefs versus truths when it comes to business. We've all learned over the years and been told, the old beliefs, which are survive every day, put your head down, do a little more, do it a little faster. We just got to keep up with things. We got to survive from day to day. It's really not true. We want to look at less but better, not more is better. Less but better, essentialism. Look at what's really important to work on. Use your experience to set expectations. Well, that's what we've been doing in the past. We only have the experiences of the past to look at to see how our business should be performing, profitability-wise, value-wise, productivity-wise. No, you need to benchmark. You need to find the best in your business, and there are places to go to find this. And look at the numbers of the best people in your industry, and then start waking up to the fact that you really have expectations that are limited. Goals are worthless. No control over things anyway. Nothing could be further from the truth. We need to have clear key results and SMART goals: specific, measurable, accountable, realistic, in a time frame. Numbers, metrics that we can look at and see how we're doing in measuring our success. Increase profits? Well, we need to cut expenses or cost and/or raise our prices. That's old thinking. That's not true. The real key to profitability is the productivity of your people, the investment you make in labor and the return you're getting on that labor. I need to manage my people better to get more productivity. Nope, you need to learn how to coach. We'll talk about the difference. It's huge. Need to learn to delegate tasks to others, jobs to others, and tasks to others. Nope, you need to learn how to delegate decision making. Get everyone accountable for results and making decisions on their own. People are too busy already, you say. Well, that's not true. Again, look at less but better, look at being accountable for results, and looking at being able to delegate decision making and cut waste and make things more productive and efficient. Answer questions with an open door. Nope, stop answering questions. Back to this delegating decision making. Have people come to you with their issues or their questions, but then ask them what they see. Get them to own it. What do they think? What do they think they're going to do? And then ask them what they're going to do and when. Get them to come to those conclusions and to make those decisions, and you'll start building a highly efficient organization. Family responsible for a stable, affordable team. That I have a family here. I'm responsible for the stability and affordability of this team. Don't look at it that way. Look at it as a professional sports team. You want great people around you. They want great people around them, and you can afford to pay for them because they'll be so much more efficient. And recruit only when we have to? Hell no. We ought to be recruiting all the time and building a virtual bench. People that we can pull from. A players that we have out there when it's time to add to our staff or when someone's not stepping up and being accountable for results in our organization. A players, can't afford them. They cost too much. They don't. They might cost 20 to 30% more, but you'll find that they'll produce 2 to 3 times what an average person will do. So any day of the week, I'll pay somebody 20-30% more if they'll produce 2 to 3 times what an average person will produce in that job. Keep all the numbers tightly to your chest? Hell no. We need to engage with the numbers, back up to our key results and our SMART goals. We need to get people thinking like owners and engaged with where we're going. So those are the old beliefs. These are the truths that we're going to be talking about in this presentation. This belief, this powerful deterrent, you look at this brick wall. What do you see? Well, if you look closely in the middle there's a lit cigar sticking out of the brick wall. You probably didn't see it. But now, every time you see this picture, first thing you're going to see is that cigar sticking out of the brick wall. So your belief, your mindset, your window to the world changed. And once that changed, you're going to always see that cigar sticking out of the wall.